SharePoint to SharePoint migration. You can try SharePoint Migration Tool. You can find the download link in the description. This is the interface of the SysTools SharePoint tool. First, we need to activate the account. For that, go to the left panel and click on the Activate button. Now enter the activation code or simply copy and paste it into the designated field. If you don't have an activation code, you can click on the Buy Now button to purchase one. You can also use this software for free by clicking on the Try Free button. Once you've entered the activation code, click on the Apply button. The software is now activated. Below, you can view the activation quota details. You can also renew your activation quota by clicking on Buy Additional License. Finally, click on the Close button to continue. In the Source section, you can select different platforms to migrate from, such as Google Suite, Microsoft 365, Exchange, Notes, Google Vault, MS 365 Archive, IMAP, and Zimbra. Since we are performing a SharePoint migration, we will select Microsoft 365 as the source. Similarly, in the Destinations section, you can choose the target platform based on your source. For Microsoft 365, it shows Google Suite and Microsoft 365 as destination options. For SharePoint migration, we will choose Microsoft 365 as the destination. In the Resource and Workload Selection section, scroll down and enable the Sites option. You also need to enable Document Library and Generic List. If you want to migrate data within a specific time frame, enable the Date filter. Set the start and end dates, and the tool will migrate only the data within that range. If you want to migrate everything, simply turn off the Date filter. Once done, click the Next button to continue. Now, you need to add your Microsoft 365 admin email account, the account from which you want to transfer the data. In the Application ID field, enter the App ID, which you can generate from the Azure portal. After entering the details, click the Validate button on the right. If the permissions turn green, the details are correct. If they show red, you'll need to review and correct the information. Once everything is validated, click the Next button to continue. Here, you need to enter the destination Microsoft 365 admin email ID. The source admin email ID is already pre-filled. If you want to migrate the admin's user data into the same admin account, you can leave it as it is. However, if you want to transfer the admin's user data to a different admin account, then enter a different admin email ID in the destination field. The application ID will also remain the same as the source. After entering the details, click the Validate button on the right. Once validated, click the Next button at the bottom to continue. This is the User section. We need to migrate the users first, and then we can proceed with migrating the SharePoint data. In the list, you can see all the user email accounts under the source column. You can use the search bar at the top to quickly find the specific user account you want to migrate, especially helpful when dealing with a large number of users. Select the user account you want to migrate from the source list. Once selected, the source email will appear. The destination email ID must be entered manually, and we have already configured this. Now, click the Validate button to verify the details. Once the user is validated, click the OK button. After this, both source permission and destination permission will turn green. If any of them turn red, recheck the details and correct them. Now click on Start Migration to begin the process. The tool will first fetch your license details. Our available license shows 1, which means we have 1 license remaining. If it shows 0, you'll need to renew your license. Now click the Start button to begin the migration, and then click OK to proceed. The migration has now started, and the time it takes will depend on your data size and internet speed. The migration has been completed. Now click the Completed tab at the top. In the Status column on the right, you'll see a green check mark indicating the process was successful. The users have now been migrated, so it's time to migrate the site's data. Click on the Sites option on the left to continue. Click on the Fetch button to import the users. You can also import users manually. Simply download the template, add the user IDs to it, and then use the Import Sites option in the software to upload the completed template. But for now, click on Fetch Sites, and then click the Continue button. 309 sites have been fetched. Click OK to proceed. In the Source URL column, you will see all the site URLs. Select the source URL you want to migrate. Then, manually enter the destination URL in the destination field. Once both the source and destination URLs are set, click the Validate button on the right. The tool will validate the site. And once it shows Site Validated, click OK to continue. After validation, both source permission and destination permission will turn green, indicating everything is correct. If either one shows red, review and correct the details. You can also click the drop-down arrow to view the type of site that is being migrated, such as the site document library name, documents, site generic list name, and the SharePoint Home org link. Now that everything is set, click the Start Migration button to begin. The tool will first fetch your license details. The available count shows 10, meaning you have licenses remaining. If it shows 0, you'll need to renew your license. Next, click the Start button and then click OK to proceed. The migration has now started and will take some time, depending on the size of your data and your internet connection. The migration has been completed. Click the Completed button at the top. In the Status column, you'll see a green check mark. In the Document Library and Generic List columns, it shows 1, indicating that one site has been successfully migrated. You can now check the user account to verify that the SharePoint data has been migrated. And that's it. That's how you can migrate SharePoint to SharePoint using the SysTools SharePoint Migration tool. Log on to the product page for more details to purchase the product. For any queries, email us at support@systoolsgroup.com.